We were able to see all of these DNS inquiries, a lot coming from France. And by the way, guys, if you want to support our work, I'm telling you, we are fully independent now. So please take a second to check out the new website. You can donate if you want to. You can sign up for a membership, which I hope you want to sign up for a membership and join our book club, all of these things that we have going on. And I also, before I get into your comments and see what you guys have to say, I want to thank American Financing, remind you guys that this is a tremendous time that the average person is finding it really difficult to pick up with monthly expenses. In most cases, there is little left at the end of the month to cover any extras. Most Americans are not getting a big raise. Expenses are up, and it is very hard to manage without using credit cards. So if you're a homeowner and you are frustrated with that cycle, I need you to make a 10-minute no obligation phone call today to my friends at American Financing. If you're carrying a credit card balance each month with the rates in the 20s or even the 30s, American Financing can show you how to put your hard-earned equity to work and get you out of debt. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are saving their customers an average of $800 a month. And if you get started today, you may not even have to make next month's mortgage payments. There are no upfront fees, so it will cost you nothing to find out how much you could be saving. So call American Financing today at 800-795-1210. Again, that's 800-795-1210. Or you can visit americanfinancing.net/Owens. That's americanfinancing.net/Owens today. All right, guys, let's get into some of your comments. Wow, we have 135,000 people that are watching live. That is incredible, all across the world. To the French people, the French world, we will make sure that we put French subtitles on everything. We just can't do that during a live show. But of course, we will make sure that you guys are able to access this in case you are just French speaking, like I am just English speaking. I also, again, want to add here that part of this, like our interview with Xavier Poussard, will be put behind the paywall. We will use this weekend to understand how they manage the DDoS attack and make sure that we are better prepared for it next time. Okay, what do we have? And I also want to say, by the time I am done with this series, I am going to be calling out all of the absolute frauds in the media and the Western world who have worked to defend what they knew was a network of disgusting sexual crimes that were happening, that not a single media came to the aid when I was saying I'm trying to expose what's happening with Brigitte Macron, and rather they smeared me and they libeled me and they tried to pretend. I remember they said I was having postpartum psychosis. Okay, these people are a part of the state, and they are trying very clearly to protect the state. Criminals. That's what I truly believe. People like Barry Weiss, formerly of the New York Times, pretending to start an independent free press, one of the first people who tried to use like Freudian jujitsu to make it seem like I was the one going crazy because I noticed some trends of pedophilia in France. Like how sick and disturbed does Barry Weiss have to be, the free press, okay, to defend this? Now that you have just even gotten the tip of the iceberg here, think about what she was willing to defend and what she wanted to destroy, and ask yourself why that is. And she's not the only one. We're coming for all of them. By the time we are done with this series, there will be no more frauds left in media that you guys will not recognize and ignore. Sorry, it's a little bit of a rant. I got pretty fired up there thinking about how disturbing it is that we can't even agree on protecting children. Fiona Yellow writes, Happy Lunar New Year. Thank you so much for your hard work, and your courage is admirable. Support from Hong Kong. Wow, that might actually be the furthest that we've gotten support from. I usually don't see China in here. Celine Chioino writes, just a donation. Thank you so much. Sarasota writes, these people are sick and have been hidden for too long. It's time to expose these demons. I couldn't agree with you more. N writes, Candice, you are doing the Lord's work. You have been ordained by Christ to bring the truth to the world. Christ is truth. Christ is king. This is what I mean when I say Christ is king. And this is why I just started screaming it even more so last year, because I realized that, you know, you can decide to sell your soul to the devil and it will be a cheap sale, and you can get up in the morning and you can do what you do and I guess not be destroyed or attacked in the media, or you can decide to fight on the side of Christ and fight to expose what is happening and potentially lose everything, but the everything that you lose is not real. None of that is real. None of that is substant. And to see now that the world and you guys really, who just kind of stood by me through it all and knew and saw how obvious their attacks were, I just couldn't thank you guys enough, truly from the bottom of my heart, from me and my team. Sandra Ticker writes, Candice is about to cook. It is always better to have questions that cannot be answered than to have answers that cannot be questioned, said a wise person. Thon writes, Candice the Fearless. Thank you. BJE writes, 10 toes in. I love you and your strength. Stand tall. Halcyon writes, I almost missed the live for shame on me. Way to go, Lady C. We love you. Brian Schwartz writes, your show, Candace, is dramatically improving in leaps and bounds. Thank you. Thank you so much. The Intelligent Observer, I got to give it to you. You're a better Intel analyst than I ever was. Oh, were you an Intel analyst for who? Jason writes, hi, Candace. I have been watching you since your old solo YouTube days. I knew you were a real one from the start. I wanted to thank you and support your work. Keep it up. God bless you and your family. No, really, guys, thank you so much. And I know that there have been people who have been so concerned about like our safety and stuff. We did up on security for this time being after getting the letter from Macron, and because of the things that we know about their network and things that are happening, like I said, to every journalist that has tried to get this out. We are taking that seriously, but also know that at the end of the day, it's not in the security's hands, it is in God's hands. And so we just ask everybody, whether you believe or not, to just pray. Like, you know, I think we all sense this awakening worldwide. And what the Macrons were clearly afraid of was me presenting all of this to the public. And like I said, you should ask yourselves why this is the first time you've heard any of this, why this is the first time that you have heard this, but rather you heard all last year that I was like a crazy Adolf Hitler school shooting supporting. I mean, like, that's it. They go after the people that try to tell the truth, and they protect the people who have a lot to hide. And so again, I'm just asking, if you want to support our work, please head to CandaceOwens.com, sign up. You can just donate, but I would really encourage you to sign up. We're doing really great content. And like I said, on Monday, we will be dropping the interview with Xavier Poussard, and every single episode of this series is going to blow your mind. We're going to get into Emmanuel Macron's childhood, or non-existent childhood, the things that we know about his childhood, Brigitte Macron's non-existent childhood, the things that we know about her childhood, and you're really going to start to wonder what the hell is going on. Emphasis on the hell, sed libera nos a malo. We will see you guys on Monday.